I don't know any company that markets their company by marketing other people's companies. When you have to look at it that way, every time I've said it that way, people are like,
welcome everyone to 10 Tenths, where we coach real estate agents into high-performing businesses that fuel their lives. As always, my great friend Garrett Fry is here with me. I'm Matt Benelli, and we are so excited to have you guys here as usual. Before we dive into this awesome episode that we have lined up for you, I want to invite you to join us inside our 11 Circle, which is our group coaching program. You can go to 10tenths.co to learn all about it. It is incredible. We meet every single week. And the energy coming off of those calls, Garrett, is always so amazing. We have a wonderful group of people. And as you like to say, our goal is to just build a community of awesome people. And that's what we're looking to do at the 11 Circle.
It's fun to watch it grow. We've been doing this now for a little while, and obviously all of us, Matt and I, we want that room to be huge. We want lots of people in there and lots of shares and lots of stuff. But what I've noticed is what's happening with it is like there are like anchor people now starting to be in the community, Matt. There are people that's like, oh, and you are the energy that we really want here, and you are the energy that we really want here, and it's been really fun. Because it's like it's becoming a very solid foundation for what we want this group to be, and that makes my heart very happy, very happy.
It's awesome. So we would love to have you guys in there. We invite you in. Come join us. It's going to be awesome. You're going to have a great time. I just know it because I have a great time there. Garrett has a great time there, and if we're having a good time, we think that you're going to have a good time too. So. I mean, that's why you listen to the podcast. We have a good time doing this. I think you guys have a good time listening to it. That's why you listen again and again, right?
We do have a topic. We do have a topic today we should probably get to, because I am excited about this topic because we are impulse people, Matt. We watch people in our business as we coach them and we're helping them, and they have one little moment and they're like, I'm revamping all my marketing. I'm changing it all up. And I'm like, well, who told you that they liked that? Well, my mom said this was really like, she really liked this that I'm doing. I'm like, well, hold on a second. We need more stats, more data, more information before we just go off somebody you trust in your world. And we do it both ways, Matt. We do it for the good and we do it for the bad. We do it for the stuff that people go, that I didn't like that. And we do it for the stuff that people say, ooh, that felt really good. And it's kind of a trap we can fall into in our business. And we can also take ourselves the wrong direction thinking that we're following the right information. So I love this topic, man. We're going to have some fun today.
Yeah, absolutely. And on the good side, like at least it's encouraging you to just maybe do more stuff, although that could lead into the whole shiny object syndrome. But on the kind of negative side, whenever we receive negative feedback about something or perceived negative feedback, all of a sudden we can end up stop doing something that's actually working. Yeah. And Garrett, we see this primarily with marketing, right? And ever since I started as a manager and working with more agents on a business all the way through being a coach and then us starting life at 10 Tenths. One of the most common things that I hear from people is like, I don't want to seem pushy. And I feel like if I send too much stuff, which as a baseline, we recommend like 3 touches per month, feels like, it feels like a lot. And I always point to, it's like, okay, I get that. However, is it working? Are you receiving more business? Are you providing more value? Because I think the biggest hang up that people have is they don't want to send more stuff because they don't know what to send, maybe for one, and two, they're worried or they don't believe in the value that is delivering. But let's take that off the table for a moment. Sometimes what happens is you're sending out your 3 touches per month, and then one person out of your entire database goes, you send me too much stuff. Take me off your list. And all of a sudden you go, oh my gosh, I need to reduce it all. Like, let's just go down to once a month. I knew it was too much. It's like, wait a minute, hold up. You're going to make the decision for your entire database off of what one person said, even though since starting that, your business has grown 20%. And now all of a sudden we're just going to chop it all off.
Well,
That's what we
Matt,
see happening, Garrett.
if one person says it, everybody else must be thinking the same thing. And what you really should be paying attention to is instead of that one person that says, I call uncle, take me off, I'm good. I know you're a realtor, dude. Spend your money somewhere else. Don't spend it on me. I'm good. Well, instead of like paying attention to that one, what we should be listening to is all the people that are reaching out to us with real estate conversations. What the hidden thing that happens like with marketing and postcards is it's not necessarily the people that go, I got your mailing and it made me want to list my house. Matt, thanks. This is great. And that would be the thing we look at to go, my marketing's working. But on the flip side of it is it's not that in your face. It's the person that when you're talking to at the coffee shop and they go, hey, can I ask you a real estate question really quick? How did they know they could ask me a real estate question? Like, how did they figure this out? Well, they obviously probably know that I'm a realtor because they may have seen me as a real estate agent over time. But the 3 touches a month, that marketing piece showing up over and over again, and that moment that they see us and their brain goes, Matt Bonelli, what else is Matt Bonelli in my life? Well, I know he's a dad. Because I see him with his kids at school. I know he likes cars because I've seen some stuff about that. Oh yeah, I think he's a real estate agent. How in the world am I reminded right now he's a real estate agent? Well, he shows up in my world all the time, giving me real estate information. All right. And see, these are the moments that you go, my marketing's working. But we skip over all that stuff going, well, it could be this, it could be that, it could be this. That's actually the proof of working right there.
Yeah. Well, and I have an actual piece of evidence, personal evidence of a situation where someone said, well, you don't have to spend your money on me. Like, I know that you're in real estate. I'm going to use you. That's not an objection, right? That to me, that's, oh, dude, this is what I do. This is my business. Like, I'm going to keep sending that stuff. A true objection is someone saying, stop, right? Because I had a neighbor who and because I still send postcards, even though I don't actively list and sell real estate, because I like to eat my own cooking with Prosecco and Post. Like, I send the postcards and I still have an active real estate license, so I'll refer business. And so my neighbor, this is when I lived in my prior house, said, like, I know that you're in real estate. You need to send me this stuff. Like, we'll call you, right? I'm like, dude, don't worry, man. It's something I do. It's like, I'm investing in my own business and also just putting myself behind my own product. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. 2 years later, after continuing to send the postcards, I moved out of the neighborhood, but now they were going to make a move. You know who he called? He called me, like he said he would. Now, Is that because he already just knew me? Maybe. Or was it because I kept on presenting value in front of him? Maybe that too. I wasn't as present in the neighborhood physically, so I did have to rely on postcards to do that. I referred it to a great agent. They got the house sold. I got a little referral fee on that.
Well, and the cool thing that when I look at it is it's frequency of interaction. And so frequency of interaction can come in a lot of ways. You can come with me picking up the phone and calling you and being like, hey, Matt, how's it going? What do you got going on today? That is one point. And the more I do that, we build this high frequency of interaction. The cool part, like where you're like, I stepped out of the neighborhood, moved somewhere else, and this drip of a postcard keeps coming in, very consistent over time. It's the difference of them bumping into another real estate agent and going like, oh, I'm meeting John over here, who's a realtor also. And instead of them just going, hi, John, Mr. Realtor, nice to meet you, they have this moment where they go, hey, do you know Matt Bonelli? He's our realtor. Whoa. Okay, we have ownership now in this space because of the frequency of interaction, because of the marketing showing up, where they actually maybe refer to us as their realtor when time comes up, we're the only person they call. If the postcards weren't going out, John could have very easily filled those shoes of being their realtor, or at least being the top one they call when in a couple months they go, what's been in my world that's real estate lately? Oh, that's right. We met John at the 4th of July party. Let's just give him a call. All of a sudden, Matt's out of the equation. Marketing is so darn important, but going back to the topic of what we're talking about here, Matt, is that sometimes it takes one person to say, I don't want to receive that anymore. And we step back and be like, yep, see, I knew it. I don't want to be bothering people. Let's just drop that back down to once a month and I'll do something else. Or maybe I just won't do postcards altogether. I knew this was a bad idea up front.
Too, where people just cancel whatever that piece of marketing was. Whether it's postcards, emails, or anything else, they get one piece of negative feedback and they stop it for hundreds of people, which it pains me to see that, Garrett, because it's like, well, what evidence do you have that that is not providing value to you? Now, I understand that it is hard to track some of the positive results from certain marketing activities because one, our sample size is very small, and two, the life cycle of a consumer making a decision about buying or selling real estate is very, very long as well. But I see it all the time. Like, why do people buy a home and then a year later list it for sale with a different realtor than they bought the home with? And a lot of times it's not because that realtor left the business. I mean, only 1 year here. It's because that realtor wasn't following up in any form or fashion. And the marketing channels that we have available to us, Garrett, it makes it easy to stay in front of people. Now, you do have to have the value there. I get that. But why stop something that is proven across hundreds of different businesses in different industries that it actually does work at keeping you in front of people so that they reach out again when it comes time for them to do something, not to mention the referral opportunities that are there.
So this happens in so many ways. So email, Matt, you talked about email. I hate email. We've gone down and around this many times, but I do love it when it's somebody's system that they do, or they're like, I'm going to start sending a newsletter out, and they work on this newsletter, they put it out, and they get one unsubscribe. Like it comes through and says somebody unsubscribed, and they're like, oh, I knew I didn't want to. Like, it's like, hold on a second.
Just because Garrett Fry unsubscribed from your newsletter doesn't mean Matt Pinelli isn't reading it.
I have probably killed entire marketing campaigns because I'm like, nope, thanks, don't need that in my inbox. And it's like, no, it's not that it doesn't work. It doesn't work for Garrett, maybe. But at the same point, like, if it did provide value, if it stayed in my world, if I let it come in, I'm going to see your name all the time. It's going to show up in my world, and I'll just, handle it, deal with it, move it away. But that's the repetition and the frequency of interaction that we want to be having. But we don't want to kill it because of one person. Like, we just don't want to do it. Now, Matt, can I flip this? Because this can happen both ways. And I was thinking about people that I watch that, let's say, start a long-term relationship with market impact reports. So when you start a market impact report, I'm going to give you two different scenarios here. So first scenario, we do a market impact report. We go meet with the people, sit down with them. Yay, we did it. We do another one. We do another one. We do another one. We're at 9 right now. We've done 9 market impact reports. My coach told me I'm supposed to be doing this. The real estate gods have said this is the hottest thing since sliced bread, and I should have been doing these my whole life. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand. I'm having these nice meetings with people, but this isn't changing my business. 10th one, all of a sudden we sit down with them and they go, hey, Matt, I'm so happy we're meeting right now. I was talking with my friend the other day. He's like a brother to me here in town, and I got to get you guys connected. He's needing to sell his house. Doesn't know what to do right now. And our brain goes, it did work, but man, I had to do 9 of them to get to this moment over here. Like, would the piece of business maybe have come in if I didn't do these things? I don't know if these market impact reports really work. Different scenario, Matt. We know we're supposed to do these market impact reports. The gods have said you should be doing this. And we're like, fine, I will do it. I'm going to make one of these happen. We do the first one. And on that first meeting, they go, hey, Matt, I am so happy we're meeting right now. I have a friend that needs your help with real estate. And our brain goes, what have I been doing my entire real estate career? I just did one of these things. My coach told me I'm supposed to do it. My manager told me I'm supposed to do it. I show up. I got a listing right out of the bat. All right, let's line these things up. Let's get going with them. And all of a sudden, we do the next 9 of them and we don't get any business at all. We have a different anchor point of what these things can be. And we make an entire prediction off of how we're going to handle these things in the future. We get that dopamine hit right up front, that win right up front, and our brain's searching for the next one. It's like a gambler now who's they won once at roulette, and they're like, it's that easy. This is something that we watch. It's the scenario is exactly the same, by the way. 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10, both ways. We're getting the same results, just happen on different ends of the spectrum. But Matt, we don't have enough data points. And this is what you and I were talking about beforehand, is we make an entire prediction out of this based off that one little hit that we got, when the results are actually exactly the same. But the person who got it at the end may go, man, I don't know if I'm going to continue this. It worked, but it was a lot of work to get here.
Yeah. Well, and on the market impact report side of things too, people will ask, well, what is the typical results of people? And if we look at a lot of people, we might come up with, well, you got about maybe a 20 to 25% opportunity for each one that you do, right?
Yep.
Over time. And it's like, oh man, 1 in 4. And they do 4 and they get none. Well, this doesn't work for me, right? Either your data is wrong or it doesn't work. Maybe it works for them, right? And it's like all of this stuff, larger sample sizes give you better results. If you were to flip a coin, Garrett, what are the chances that it lands heads?
I'm going to go 50%.
50%. That's right. What are the chances that it lands tails?
About 50%.
That's right. Now, if you flip a coin 20 times and every time it lands heads on the 21st flip, what are the chances that it's going to land on heads?
50%.
And what are the chances it's going to land on tails?
50%. Am I getting this right? Am I doing okay?
Yes, you are 100% correct.
I'm not a math guy, but I'm trying my best.
But that's strange because 20 attempts in a row, it landed heads. So it would seem like the 21st flip, it's probably going to be heads again, right? And maybe it is. The point is, individually, we just don't have enough longevity or sample sizes, particularly when we're trying something new. So what the challenge here is how do we acknowledge what could potentially work and staying the course? And I think this is where I like data and most of us are not tracking anything, or maybe we're tracking one thing and we're letting that one thing drive everything instead of understanding like, hey, you know what? I've been doing my market impact reports, but I also started this marketing strategy and I've been making more phone calls and business is growing. Great. So then if you take all of those things together and you say all of these things collectively have resulted in growing a business, just don't change anything. Keep doing it all. Or if you want to really test something, only change one thing, give it 6 months. But I don't have 6 months to wait, Garrett. Okay, great. Then keep just doing the things.
So here's the other side of this, because we got human emotion and human error attached into all this, different than the coin. The coin is just doing what it's doing. 50% odds every single time.
Well, maybe it's the way you're flipping the coin. I'm flipping it with heads on my, maybe I need to.
Human error, we need to bring this in. So like market impact reports, I have watched this happen more times than not. What happens is you have some, it's going like, I am so excited to do these market impact reports. These are the coolest thing ever. I'm going to be able to sit down with my clients and give them some really good information and they're going to love getting this. I would love to get this. And without them even knowing it, non-consciously, they go into their database and they go, who are the people I would love to do this for the most? They're going to get the most out of this. And they pick the top winners out of their database. And almost every single one of them lands on heads. And they're like, oh, look at this. That one I did, I got an offer, got a referral out of it. That one I did, they told me they're going to be moving in 6 months and they're so excited to have this information. That one I did, I got this result on it. And they're going, these things are gold. Again, opposite side now, human error. We have the person who's going, I know I'm supposed to be doing these darn things. I just feel awkward. I feel like I'm a salesperson. I don't want to feel like a salesperson. I don't know if people really want this information. Okay, I'll do this. And we go into our database and we pick the crappiest people we could possibly pick just to prove a point that these things are not fun to do. I'm not going to like them. And we go and call these people. And even the phone call was like, so what are we getting together for?
Who are you again? Wait, Garrett, who?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we bought our home from you Oh yeah, I remember buying our house from you 2 years ago. You represented you were our agent on the buy side. Oh, that's right. we have this horrible moment.
Terrible. What is this agent doing, Garrett? Like, this is terrible.
We get done and they're like, see, I told you these things were horrible. I don't like doing them. This is not part of my business. This is not what I'm going to be doing.
Yeah.
This is human error. I exaggerate a little bit there, but there is an actual study that was done that most people remember that their agent as the listing agent of the house. And usually, even if they were the buyer and they say, who was your realtor that represented you? If the realtor didn't contact them at all, they will usually say the listing agent, because every single time they pulled up at the house that they loved, the listing agent's smiling face was on the sign, standing in the front yard. It's probably still on their side yard right now that they have to like move the sign around every once in a while because nobody came to pick it up. Like, there's a reason that they have to sometimes remember that realtor that sold the house, the listing agent on, sorry. That was a side note. What I was really trying to get at here is it's the human error in all this stuff. Postcards. You know, when we talk about building hot and warm lists and doing those types of things and deciding if this is a working thing or not, there's sometimes we bring our own baggage with it, and that guides us to the area that's going to prove the point of how we feel about it. And we do this naturally all the time. If a kid's worried about class, going to school for the first time, and you watch them, they don't go into that with going like, oh my gosh, all the possibilities. They go into it going, all the things that I'm afraid about. That's what I'm afraid about. That's what I'm afraid about. See, I knew this school thing was a bad idea. I don't want to go anymore. I don't like school. We prove our points all the time around this stuff. And I think when we make one decision off one aspect of it, we have to stop and say, well, what was I looking for? Did I send my postcards out going, this seems like a lot. I think people are going to be frustrated with this. I think it's too much. And then boom, that one person says, I don't like this. And our brain goes, I knew it. I knew it. Oh, I'm that guy. And we just wipe the whole thing out.
Yeah, we have to be careful of our own biases with that, right? I mean, we are biased to our own opinion, and this is one of the biggest challenges with running a business in general. Is we'll say, but I like doing this, or I like this kind of thing, and then we tie that to that must mean results come from that. Had this conversation with someone the other day where they said, but I just really like doing this. And I said, great. Is that what's actually producing results for your people? Is that what your people like? And it's like, well, I don't know. We see it mostly with the content side of real estate. It's like, well, I like creating this kind of content and it gets the views, so it must be the thing. It's like, maybe, but is that leading to business on the backside? Are people actually calling you and all this stuff? And I think what you want to look at is what is driving conversation, because no matter what it is that you do, if you are able to have a high frequency of value being placed in front of people, as you said at the beginning of this, and you have a high rate of conversations that are going on, you're going to probably have an opportunity to convert more business, right? Time and time again, it proves it over and over and over. The more conversations, the more business that you actually have. And we have to be careful about bringing in our own opinions about things and letting that one person influence how we're going to run everything. And we see it on the positive side too, Garrett, because we'll say, you know what? I don't think this is working, but you know what? John said he really likes receiving this, right? And this is a trap that I get into a lot too, because I'm like, man, well, if one person's getting value, I'm going to keep doing it. And this comes down to then analyzing your money and your time of like, well, if one person says it's good, but I have been doing this for 500 people for 4 years and it hasn't resulted in any business, we probably should rethink that strategy.
So this goes back, Matt. We've watched this happen so many times with people that send out postcards that have coupons to restaurants or to events in town and things like this. And I'll be like, what are your results in that? Oh, people love them. Oh, they love them. And I'm like, really? How do you know? Oh, well, they'll call me and told me they used the coupon for the appetizer down at the steakhouse, and that was great. And they loved the appetizer. They love them. These are great marketing pieces. And it's like, okay, well, what are we really trying to obtain here? Like, what is the end all be all?
Well, and it's like, oh, how many is they? It's like, well, it's like, maybe 2 people a quarter.
Yeah, 2 people
out of
a quarter.
The 500 that I'm sending these to.
Say they love it. And you got to go back and be like, okay, so what is the long-term thing that your marketing dollars are being spent on, and what are we trying to build as a relationship with these people in our mind? Do I want Garrett Fry being the person that they go, you know what, Garrett, he sends us coupons to restaurants and he takes care of our family, and we've used these little things around town. He helps us understand the town. There's value in that, by the way. There's value of me being a nice person.
If you're using it too, like you said, if they're calling you and conversing, like how are we using that opportunity? And if it's just to be like, but people love it when I spend money for them. It's like, yeah, no kidding. Who doesn't?
Yes. The other side of it is, and this is where most companies, by the way, if you look at any big company out there at all, so take realtors out of the equation. I don't know any company that markets their company by marketing other people's companies. When you have to look at it that way, every time I've said it that way, people are like, oh no. Like, what am I'm literally marketing other people's companies when I'm spending dollars to market my business. That's the only reason I'm doing this. So at the end of the day, what are the real results we're actually accomplishing with this thing? And we have to step back and look at that. And again, there's false evidence appearing to be real in that type of mailing, that type of marketing. And this happens in other areas of our business. And this is why Matt and I wanted to talk about this today. It's because this is your opportunity to take a moment to step back and say, am I really looking at the right information? Am I really looking at the right numbers? Am I really making decisions on my business based off real information? And what do I need to be paying attention to a little bit more? What should I really be leaning into on? Is this producing the real results that I want to have for my business? Because sometimes something that feels really good, Matt, like the person saying, I love the coupon you sent over, and our brain goes, see, knew it was a good idea to do this marketing. Like, knew it. It's great. People love them. You got to step back and be like, but what is it creating? What is the message that it's creating? And is it what I think it is? Maybe I'm misled here, because what are we really doing? Just an opportunity.
It is. And it's hard. I will say this. It is hard to have real numbers from a lot of this stuff in the real estate business, as I said before. And so I don't want everybody to take away from this, oh my gosh, I need to change everything, or I just need to stick with exactly what I'm doing because if I could break it. It's like, look at it in trends. Hey, since starting this program, has my business changed, right? And in the same vein, since starting that program, have I changed anything? Because I've seen it where people will start a marketing program, Garrett, and they'll be like, cool, I got marketing. I don't need to do those market impact reports anymore. And all of a sudden, business doesn't change. Like, but I started that marketing program. Yes, and you stopped doing something that was productive as well. All of these things work together. I mean, if you want to be able to run hard numbers, then you're just going to have to buy leads and convert them. And you're going to do about 2 to 3%, right? That's what the stats show. And the reason why there's stats there is because those companies have thousands, tens of thousands of data points from things that are going out to multiple realtors. I don't recommend that you do that, by the way, because everything that you're doing allows you to intercept any lead before they become a lead, because you get to enhance your relationships. And that's what this comes down to. And so from a kind of just internal thought process, Garrett, I think this is kind of what I would conclude with all this is ask yourself, am I doing my best to provide value to people? And am I doing it in a way that could potentially inspire more conversations? And then as I do this over time, can I say to myself that I am having more conversations? And if so, the marketing stuff's probably working. Now, what you do with those conversations is now on you in terms of what's going to happen from conversion. Because like you said, with the coupons, like I'm not a huge fan of sending those out, but if it is leading to more conversations, but you're not getting more business, we need to take a look at how you're having those conversations then, because the conversations are there. We're not having the conversion opportunity. That's different than the marketing working or not working. And so that's what I'd say about it, Garrett.
Well, and here's one last thought on this. And I'm going to give a shout out to a guy who I just met last night. We were sitting having a beer, watching the soccer games. And he's a real estate agent here in Reading, a guy named Kevin Burns. Seems like a super nice guy. I have no idea his qualifications of how he shows up as a real estate agent.
But since you just met him and nobody's sending you postcards right now or any other type of marketing, Kevin might be your agent.
So here's what I learned about Kevin, though. Kevin, at points in his life, has done upwards of 60 sides a year by himself, not on a team. That's impressive. Currently, right now, he's like, you know what? My kids are at a stage of life. We're empty nesters. I'm just doing the business. And he goes, and I come in here every night and I sit down. I clean up all my paperwork. I sit in this environment. I have a beer, watch the game that's on TV. And he's like, and this is just kind of like my downtime at the end of the evening. And we started talking about his business currently right now. And he's like, yeah, I'm like a constant, like pretty consistent, just, 15 sides a year. That's just what I do. I don't have to overthink it. He goes, I send out a holiday card. That's all I do for marketing. He goes, I'm all referral, all relationship. He's got this database. And the reason I want to share this is when you talk about like, well, what results should I see from these activities that I'm doing? If I'm sending postcards out, what should I do? He's been in the real estate game for 20 years. I think he said like just shy of 20 years in Redding, California. If you live in the town like Redding, you have a database, Matt, of 100 people. What happens is you get into real estate and we start marketing these 100 people. And we're like, okay, postcards should produce X amount of real estate to my world. Well, the first year, I hate to say it, these people are just going like, Garrett? Like, I thought Garrett was a teacher. I didn't realize he was in real estate. Huh. Oh, that's interesting. And we're building credibility. Now we have year 2, more credibility, same 100 people, nothing's changed. But now they've seen proof of our expertise. They see that we're showing up. We see other people. All of a sudden, different real estate conversations are happening. Maybe they see you representing the real estate board here in your town. They're like, oh, he's playing on different levels. He's not just the teacher that we knew, which Garrett back here. I think he's actually way more involved. Year 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go up with like Kevin, who's like shy of 20 years in the business. And it's like the credibility he has built. Now he's got one holiday card going out a year. By the way, if you're a brand new realtor with a database of 100 people, one holiday card is not going to produce you 15 sides a year. Ain't going to happen in any way, shape, or form. But why does it work for him? Because he's built the credibility over all this time. You can't look at Kevin's results and just be like, hey guys, if you have a database of 100 people and you send out one holiday card, you can pretty much expect 15 sides a year. Like, I'll just roll with those numbers. It doesn't work that way. And so you really have to look at your business, the relationships you have, because market impact reports will have a better result in one person's business than another person's business. If Kevin decided to do market impact reports, and that's the one thing he added into this business over the next year and said, I'm going to do 2 a week. That's 100 people. I'm going to sit down with and give them a report. I will almost bet you he can double his business of what he did last year. That's not to say that's the way it's going to work for everybody. So don't get caught up in that, like, what are we going to get? What's my return on this? The beauty of this is, what is my long-term game plan with this? What am I going to be consistent with? And all the pieces that I'm doing, does it build this person I want to be in the future with this business? Is it leading me in the right direction? And as long as you're doing that, be consistent. Be consistent. Matt, do you have any last thoughts on this?
I mean, I have plenty more thoughts, but I think for this particular topic, don't let one person drive your decisions on your entire marketing strategy. Look at everything and don't let one emotion drive your decision on it as well, because it could be working. You might have just stopped it before it actually produced some fruit for you.
100%. So with that being said, Matt and I believe that your business should fuel your life, not consume it. And so if that sounds right to you, if that feels like the right message, we'd love to have you reach out to us. We'd love to have you come and check out our group coaching. It's an amazing group of people that are building out in there. And we got cool stuff going on, Matt. We got events that we got coming up. And when you're in the 11 circle, when you're in our groups, you get early access to stuff like this, because the event that we have coming up, we only have 40 spots. Like, this isn't like we'll just get a bigger venue if we have everybody that wants to come. This is a limited event. We like doing things that are high community, high culture, bringing everybody together. But at the same point, we know if it gets too big, we lose that ability of being able to connect with all of you the way that we want to connect with you. So you're all very important to us. We're having a whole lot of fun at 10 Tenths, and we'd love to have you in our world. And Matt, thank you, sir. Thanks everybody who listened today.
Thank you, man. Thank you, guys. We'll see you soon.